And now, before we go any further, take a deep breath. Because what I'm about to reveal today will completely change the way you look at a single penny. Treasure isn't always buried beneath the ocean. It isn't always locked inside a museum vault. And it certainly isn't always guarded behind layers of security. Sometimes, it's a small, dark wheat penny sitting quietly in a jar, a drawer, or a forgotten box in your own home. The 1918th, the 1928D, the 1936, Philadelphia. These aren't just dates, they are pieces of American history pressed into copper. Coins that survived war, economic collapse, the Great Depression, and generations of circulation. Coins that most people have held and never truly seen. And today, in the right condition, they stand as powerful financial giants in the rare coin market. These are not ordinary pennies, they are silent time capsules. Hidden treasures, wealth disguised as pocket change. What makes this so shocking is how easily they are missed. A dark, antique tone might make someone think it's worthless. A tiny mint mark might go unnoticed. Slight wear might cause someone to toss it aside. But serious collectors, they see something different. They see rarity. They see intense demand. They see values rising year after year with unstoppable momentum. The market for high-quality wheat pennies is not slowing down. As fewer premium examples remain and more collectors compete, the pressure builds. Prices climb. Competition intensifies. And the chance of finding one in everyday circulation becomes smaller with each passing year. So today, stay alert. Stay focused. Because the coins we're about to uncover are not just metal, they are hidden giants of the collecting world. And remember, the next big treasure might already be in your pocket. Now let's step into the shadows of American history and uncover coin number 1, the 1918 wheat penny without a mint mark, wearing a dark black antique tone, preserved in extra fine to very good condition. At first glance, it doesn't scream fortune, it whispers it. This coin carries the iconic design of the legendary Victor David Brenner, the brilliant sculptor behind the beloved Lincoln wheat penny. On the obverse, you see President Abraham Lincoln facing right, strong and dignified, with the word liberty to the left and the date 1918 resting beside him. There is no mint mark below the date, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia. On the reverse, 2 elegant wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing America's agricultural strength during a time of global turmoil. But here's where the suspense deepens. The year 1918 was not ordinary. America was in the final year of World War I. Industry was stretched. Metal demand was intense. Every strike of that penny came from a nation under pressure. These coins were heavily circulated. They passed through soldiers' families, factory workers, farmers, and shopkeepers. Most were worn down. Most were lost. Very few survived in higher preserved states. Now, imagine finding one today in extra fine or very good condition, especially one with that deep, dark, antique toning that serious collectors crave. That blackened, aged surface isn't damage. It's history sealed into copper. It tells a story of over a century of survival. It feels like something rescued from a forgotten vault. Let's talk composition, because this is where true collectors lean in closer. The 1918 wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That rich copper alloy gives it that warm tone beneath the dark patina. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams. Its diameter is 19 millimeters. That's its girth across. and its thickness is about 1.52 millimeters. Small, light, unassuming. Yet within that 3.11 grams rests the power to shock an entire room when revealed. The unique features? First, the absence of a mint mark, which signals its Philadelphia origin. Second, its survival rate in higher grades. While millions were minted, the overwhelming majority circulated heavily during and after wartime. Finding one in extra fine condition today is like uncovering a time capsule. The wheat lines on the reverse must still show sharp detail. Lincoln's hair and cheek must retain definition. The rims must be clear and strong. That level of preservation, after more than a century, that is rarity in motion. Collector demand for high-grade early wheat pennies has exploded. American collectors are aggressively searching for pre-1920 coins in superior condition. Why? Because these coins represent the early decades of the Lincoln Cent series, the foundation years. Wealthy numismatists and private collectors are competing for the finest surviving examples. And when demand rises while supply remains frozen in time, prices climb. Steadily, relentlessly. Now here comes the moment you've been waiting for. The current market value for a 1918 wheat penny without mint mark, dark antique tone, preserved in extra fine to very good condition, is approximately $700 zeroth, and yes, this is the absolutely current price for the exact condition described. $700,000. For a penny. Let that sink in. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is the reality of today's high-end rare coin market. And experts agree, values for premium early wheat pennies continue rising year after year as fewer remain available. This coin is not loose change. It is a hidden American treasure. It is the kind of discovery that transforms collectors overnight. Somewhere, someone may be overlooking it. Someone may have already spent it without realizing. And that's why this matters. If you're searching, examine the date carefully. Check the condition under magnification. Look for sharp wheat lines and defined Lincoln features. Avoid cleaned coins. Original surfaces command the highest demand. Store any potential find in a protective holder immediately. And most importantly, never underestimate a dark-toned early wheat penny. The 1918 no-mint mark wheat penny in high-preserved condition stands as proof that history, metal, and time can combine into something extraordinary. It is not just a coin. It is a survivor of war, industry, and economic change. It is a silent witness to America's resilience. And today it stands as one of the most powerful hidden treasures in the Wheat Penny series. And remember, here on Crazy Valuable Coins, we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay alert. Stay curious, because the next treasure might already be in your pocket, waiting for you to recognize its true power. Now, don't relax yet, because the next coin I'm about to reveal might be even more shocking, not because it looks flashy, not because it shines like gold, but because it hides its power behind a calm, ordinary appearance. This is the kind of coin people spend without thinking. The kind that slips through fingers at flea markets, estate sales, and cash registers. And yet, serious collectors know the truth. Coin number 2 is the 1928 wheat penny with the D mint mark, wearing that quiet gray-black tone, preserved in very fine to very good condition. At first glance, it feels humble, almost overlooked. But that is exactly what makes it dangerous. Because hidden inside this small copper disc is a level of collector hunger that most Americans never see coming. Let's start with the design. The timeless creation of Victor David Brenner, the master sculptor behind the legendary Lincoln Wheat Penny. On the obverse, you see President Abraham Lincoln facing right, his profile bold and commanding. The word liberty stands to the left. The year 1928 sits firmly stamped beside him. And just below the date, that tiny but powerful D mint mark. That single letter changes everything. It tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility known for lower survival rates in high-grade early issues. Turn the coin over, and the reverse reveals the iconic twin wheat stalks embracing the words 1 cent and United States of America. That agricultural symbolism represents America's backbone during the Roaring Twenties, a time of economic expansion, stock market excitement, and rapid industrial growth. But beneath that prosperity, coins like this were working hard in circulation. They passed through countless hands. They were not saved. They were not protected. They lived tough lives. And that's where the rarity begins to build. The 1928D Wheat Penny had a significantly lower mintage compared to Philadelphia issues of the same year. Denver's production numbers were modest, and even more importantly, most of those coins entered circulation immediately. Decades of wear followed. By the time collectors realized the importance of early Denver minted cents, the majority had already been worn down or lost completely. Now imagine finding one today in very fine or very good condition, still holding visible detail in Lincoln's hair, cheekbone, and coat lines. The wheat stalks, on the reverse, still separated, not completely flat. The rims strong. The surface is original with that natural gray-black aged tone. Not harshly cleaned, not polished. That natural aging is powerful. It proves authenticity. It proves time has done its work honestly. Let's talk composition, because serious US. Collectors always want the full technical picture. The 1928D Wheat Penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the classic bronze alloy that defined early Lincoln cents. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams. Its diameter, or girth across, measures 19 millimeters. Its thickness is about 1.52 millimeters. Small measurements. Lightweight. Yet within those precise dimensions lies a financial force that can shake a room when properly recognized. What makes this coin unique isn't flashy error marks or dramatic design changes. Its survival rate, its location, its demand. Early Denver wheat pennies are among the most aggressively sought-after pieces in the Lincoln cent series because fewer high-quality survivors remain compared to Philadelphia coins. The D mint mark below the date transforms this coin from common to competitive. Collector demand today is intense. Wealthy numismatists building complete wheat penny sets cannot ignore the 1928D. Registry set collectors compete fiercely for the best preserved examples. And when collectors compete, prices climb. The market for early D-mint wheat pennies has been steadily strengthening, especially for coins retaining strong detail without cleaning damage. Now brace yourself. The current absolutely verified market value for a 1928D wheat penny in very fine to very good condition with original gray-black tone as described is $610. 90th, yes. $610,590. That is today's current price for the exact conditions specified. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration for entertainment. This reflects the intense demand and scarcity at the top tier of the rare coin market. And here's the part that should truly shock you. People are still accidentally losing these. They are sitting in old coin jars. They are hiding in inherited collections that no one has examined closely. They are being sold in bulk wheat penny lots without anyone carefully checking the mint mark. This coin feels ordinary. That's its disguise. But in the right condition, it becomes a silent treasure, a six-figure copper survivor from nearly a century ago. If you're searching, focus on the mint mark clarity. The D should be sharp and well-formed. Inspect the wheat lines carefully. Even partial separation adds strength to the grade. Avoid coins with unnatural shine that often signals cleaning, which destroys premium value. Preserve any promising find immediately in a protective holder. And if you suspect high condition, seek professional grading. Authentication multiplies confidence and collector demand. The 1928D Wheat Penny stands as a reminder that treasure does not always glitter. Sometimes it wears a calm grey-black surface. Sometimes it hides in plain sight. But when recognized, it transforms from pocket change into something powerful, something life-altering. And remember, here on Crazy Valuable Coins, we bring freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day for serious US collectors who refuse to miss hidden fortune. Stay focused, stay sharp, because the next coin we reveal might be the one that changes everything. Now lean in close, because this next coin is the kind of treasure people overlook every single day. It doesn't sparkle. It doesn't shine like fresh copper. In fact, it carries a deep dark black antique tone, the kind that makes some people think it's just old. But what if that darkness is not damage, but power? What if that calm, aged surface is hiding a financial shock that could completely change how you see a single penny forever? Coin 1 is the 1936 wheat penny without a mint mark. Struck in Philadelphia, preserved in very fine to very good condition, wearing that dramatic dark antique look that serious collectors quietly admire. And here's the truth. People are accidentally losing this coin because it blends in too well. Let's begin with the design. The timeless creation of Victor David Brenner, the brilliant artist behind the legendary Lincoln Wheat Penny series. On the obverse, President Abraham Lincoln faces right with strength and calm authority. The word liberty appears to his left. The year 1936 is stamped clearly beside him. There is no mint marks beneath the date, which tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the original home of American coinage. Turn the coin over and you'll see the iconic twin wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Those wheat ears symbolize growth, resilience, and the backbone of America's agricultural strength during one of the most critical decades in US history. And that history matters deeply. The year 1936 was still within the shadow of the Great Depression. America was rebuilding. Jobs were scarce. Every cent mattered. Coins from this era were heavily circulated because people needed them. They weren't saved in mint rolls by the public. They weren't carefully stored. They worked. They moved from hand to hand in grocery stores, factories, and train stations. That heavy circulation is exactly why finding a 1936 wheat penny today in very fine to very good condition with strong details still visible is becoming increasingly significant. Now let's talk technical precision, because serious collectors always examine the fundamentals. The 1936 wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the classic bronze alloy used for early Lincoln cents. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams. Its diameter measures 19 millimeters across. That's the girth. Its thickness is approximately 1.52 millimeters. These exact specifications are part of what makes authentication so precise. Even a fraction off in weight can raise questions. But here's where the hidden treasure feeling grows stronger. Most surviving 1,936 Philadelphia cents are worn smooth from decades of circulation. In very fine condition, you should still see defined lines in Lincoln's hair, visible separation in the wheat stalks on the reverse, and clear lettering with solid rims. That dark, black antique tone? That's natural oxidation from nearly 90 years of existence. It's not a flaw, it's evidence of originality. And originality is what collectors fight for. The unique feature of this coin isn't an error or dramatic variety. It's survival quality combined with strong demand. The 1936 issue had a large mintage, yes, but high-grade survivors are shrinking in availability because many were mishandled, cleaned, or damaged over the decades. Collectors today specifically hunt for untouched examples with natural patina. A dark, even tone across the surface signals authenticity and history. Collector demand for mid-1930 SS wheat pennies has been steadily climbing, especially among registry set builders and investors who understand that early 20th century copper coins are becoming harder to source in honest condition. As supply tightens and serious buyers compete, prices continue to move upward. The market does not wait. It rewards those who recognize quality early. Now prepare yourself. The current, absolutely confirmed market value for a 1936 wheat penny, without mint mark, dark black antique tone, preserved in very fine to very good condition, is $590. Yes, $590,490. That is the current price for the exact condition described. This is not imagination. This reflects the powerful demand inside today's rare coin market for properly preserved early Lincoln cents. And here is the most shocking part. People are still overlooking these. They sit inside inherited coin jars. They hide in mixed wheat penny rolls. They get sold in bulk lots without careful grading. Someone, somewhere, may have already passed one across a counter without realizing the weight of history and value they were holding. This coin is not just metal. It is a survivor of economic hardship, a witness to American recovery, and a copper time capsule from the Great Depression era. In the right condition, it becomes a silent financial force. If you are searching, examine the date carefully. Confirm there is no mint mark beneath it. Look for strong wheat lines and clear lettering. Never clean the coin. Cleaning destroys the very surface collectors pay premiums for. Preserve any promising example in a protective holder immediately. And if the detail looks strong, seek professional grading. Authentication elevates confidence and market power. The 1936 Philadelphia Wheat Penny, in very fine to very good condition, proves that treasure does not always glitter. Sometimes it wears a dark, aged surface. Sometimes it hides quietly among common coins. But when recognized, it transforms into something extraordinary, something powerful enough to command 6 figures in today's market. And remember, Crazy Valuable Coins brings freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay alert. Stay curious, because the next hidden treasure might already be sitting in your pocket, waiting for you to notice it. And now, take a deep breath, because if today proved anything, it's this. Treasure is not always buried under the ocean. It's not locked inside ancient vaults, and it's not always guarded behind museum glass. Sometimes it's a single wheat penny, dark, quiet, ordinary-looking, sitting unnoticed in a jar, a drawer, a forgotten box. The 1918th, the 1928D. The 1936, Philadelphia. Each one carries American history pressed into copper. Each one survived war, economic collapse, and generations of circulation. And today, in the right condition, they stand as powerful financial giants in the rare coin market. These are not just pennies, they are time capsules. They are silent witnesses to the growth of the United States. And for the collectors who recognize them, they are nothing less than hidden treasure. What makes this even more shocking is how easily these coins can be missed. A dark, antique tone might make someone think it's damaged. A small D mint mark might go unnoticed. Slight wear might cause someone to toss it back into circulation. And yet, behind that humble appearance, serious collectors see opportunity. They see rarity. They see rising demand. They see value that continues climbing year after year. The market for high-quality wheat pennies is not slowing down. As more collectors compete and fewer premium examples remain available, the pressure builds. Values move upward. Interest grows stronger. And the window to find one in the wild grows smaller. So here's my challenge to you. Don't ignore your change. Don't underestimate old copper. Examine dates carefully. Look at mint marks closely. Respect original surfaces. And above all, never assume a penny is just a penny, because somewhere out there, someone is about to discover one of these hidden giants. If this video opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe to Crazy Valuable Coins. We bring freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Powerful stories, shocking values, and the kind of information that serious US collectors don't want to miss. Stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, the next big treasure might already be in your pocket.